Hello and welcome to the United Community Channel, and we are back with another watch along, and it's the last game before the international break, so really looking forward to it. Quarter final of the FA Cup, big one today for United, it has to be said, but really looking forward to it as well. And some interesting team news that's been coming into us in the last maybe hour or so. Obviously we kind of knew early on today that Rafael Varane wasn't part of the squad, so he's not involved today due to injury. I'll get into that in a moment, but to give you guys the starting 11 for anyone who hasn't heard, I'm sure the majority of you have. David De Gea starts in goal. We have Wan-Bissaka at right back, Luke Shaw at left back, Lisandro Martinez and Harry Maguire. So Maguire comes in to replace Varane. Midfield then, obviously we're missing Casemiro, so Scott McTominay comes in alongside Sabitzer and Bruno Fernandes. So Fred drops to the bench as well. And our three up top then, we have Jadon Sancho on the right, Marcus Rashford on the left, and Wout Weghorst through the middle up front. Now again, look, we've said this before, we've gone with thinking Weghorst is playing up front, but sometimes he can play, you know, deep in a 10 with Rashford on the right and maybe Jadon Sancho moved out to the left. So not 100% sure what way it's going to go yet. But certainly a strong team that Ten Hag has gone with. I'll give you the Fulham team as well. Leno in goal, Tete, Robinson, Ream and Diop at the back. Then we have Reed, Rafinha and Pereira. Then we also have Bobby Reed on the right, Willian on the left and Mitrovic then up front. So, I mean, they're a strong team as well, you would have to say. You know, with United today, we really can't be taking that for granted. We really can't. Midges, man, appreciate it. Thanks for the gifts. Let's see who's in. Chris is there as well. Scott is in. Mark is there. Brian is in as well. Good to see you all, guys. Get your score predictions into the chat as well. Let me know what way you think it's going to go. United win, draw, extra time. Let me know. I don't think there's replays. Maybe there is, I'm not 100% sure. Oshin says, what's our bench like? Apologies, I'll give that to you now. So we have Jack Butland, Lindelof, Malacia, Fred, Menu, Palestri, Anthony, Dalot and Elanga. So no Garnacho, which is strange. I'm only noticing that now, if I'm being quite honest with you. Oh, sorry, sure, Garnacho is injured. What am I talking about? Apologies. So it's not an overly strong bench, we have to say, really, don't we? I mean, if we're looking at it, players that you'll be thinking might come on, Anthony, Fred usually comes off the bench when he's there. Palestri, you know, outside of that, then you're talking Lindelof, Elanga, Dalot, not real impact substitutes. But anyway, look, I think United should have enough to get the job done today, but we can't take anything for granted against this Fulham side. We really can't. Colin says 3-1 United. Box says 3-2. 3-1 says Mark as well. Let's see. Maguire and McTominay. Christ above, says Adam. Yeah, look, it has vibes of last season about it, doesn't it? You know, no Casemiro, McTominay playing in the midfield. You know, Maguire at the back. Look, let's see how we get on. John is in, good to see you. Oshin is saying 2-1. John thinks it's going to be 2-0. Where's Varane? He's injured, according to Ten Hag. So, Ten Hag has said in an interview he's injured, and then asked, is it serious? He said it's hard to say, but I don't think so. It's a minor concern. He'll recover, and I think he'll be back after the break. Now, we were talking on the members only chat the other night about all of a sudden one or two little injuries might come up to stop lads going on international break. Now, I know Varane is he's retired from international duty, isn't he, with France. But when I first seen it, I was like, okay, here we go. You know, obviously Garnacho is injured as well. He was called up to the Argentinian squad. But again, look, Garnacho is not starting week in, week out, so you'd be happy with him going, you know. But not that I want any Manchester United players to be injured, but getting a couple of little knocks and a few niggles before international break, I'm okay with it. Take a couple of weeks off, take a rest, and then let's kick on when you're back. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, let's see what people are saying here. Jeremiah says 2-1. Craig is saying 4-0. Sandy says 1-1. Jack says the treble is on. A cup treble, not the treble, a treble. So There's a big difference, really, isn't there? Yeah, so let's see. I'm going to have high hopes. 4-0, says Scott. United, 4-0 to United. Rashford to score a brace. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Owen says, do a collab with Mark Goldbridge. I think that's up to him, not me. Someday, maybe. Liam says 3-1 United. Scott is saying 4-0. Owen says 5-4 on pens. There we go. Martin is saying 3-1. Pessy says 3-1. Jock is saying 2-0. Majority of people are going with a United win. I'm going to go 2-0 win to Manchester United. I think we have enough to get the job done. I really do. Let's hope we can. But I certainly do think we should have enough to get over the line. But look, I mean, it's an important game, quarter-final of the FA Cup. You know, let's end this bulk of fixtures before we go on an international break. Let's try to end it as well as possible. You would be hoping Garnacho is back. He's probably not going to be back after the international break. Right, Varane, you're talking, there has been word of maybe Eriksen being ahead of schedule and him potentially being back after the international break as well. So let's hope we have a clean bill of health from all of the players who are going on international duty, and we can kick on then for the final stretch before the end of the season. Because obviously, look, top four is not sewn up yet. Obviously, look, I mean, Spurs done the Spurs on it again yesterday. What a rant it was out of Conte. It really was. I can't see Spurs putting up much of a challenge after all of that. I mean, if we're looking at the league table, and look, of course, Arsenal got another good win today, 4-1 against Crystal Palace. Obviously Palace are in a bit of disarray, but you can always have that new manager bounce, even though I don't know if they've appointed a permanent manager yet. But like you look at now, we now have 2 games in hand on Spurs and we're a point ahead of them. So if we can win them 2 games in hand, you'll be thinking, right, brilliant. However, we do have to take into consideration that Newcastle are only 3 points behind us and they're on the same amount of games played. So they're more than likely going to be our main contenders. Liverpool then have the same games played as us. They're in 6th, but they're 8 points behind us. So you would say the immediate danger is Newcastle, even though they've kind of stumbled and stuff like that. So look, it's in United's hands. You know what I mean? We just have to go and win our final 12 games, or as many of them as we can. So yeah. But yeah, really looking forward to this one, guys. Looking forward to getting into it because obviously we'll have a break of a couple of weeks now without any United games, which is disappointing. I'm not a big fan of the internationals. I'm really not. But I'm going to do the 2 watch-alongs for Ireland as well. So if anybody wants to tune in for them, we're going to be doing the Ireland watch-alongs. I can't remember who the friendly is against, but we're playing France then in the qualifiers as well. So Oshin says Conte surely on borrowed time. Oh my, that man is just begging to be sacked, isn't he? You know, and I don't think Spurs are going to sack him because, you know, if they sack him, they have to pay him off. You know, if he leaves him on his own accord, then his contract is null and void. So it seems to be a bit of a standoff going on there at the moment. Chris says Roy Hodgson's supposed to come back for Crystal Palace. I heard them rumours, alright, as well. If he does, I would think it's going to be a kind of a till the end of the season job. I think he officially retired from football, didn't he, when he actually left Crystal Palace. He's in his 80s now, I think, isn't he? But yeah, be interesting to see. Aaron is in. Good to see you, pal. Thanks for joining as well, guys. Anybody watching on TikTok, if you do want the full experience, we're live over on YouTube as well at the moment. We've got the scoreboard, the timer, the starting 11 all on the screen. Link is on my homepage, or just search United Community Channel on YouTube. Go check it out. We have a match reaction coming directly after the game as well on YouTube only. So if you want to be involved in the match reaction, we do man of the match, player ratings, all of that kind of stuff. Make sure you're watching over on YouTube. Like I said, link is on the homepage, or just search United Community Channel. Go check it out. But keep smashing the like button for us as well, guys. We're going to aim for 30,000 likes on TikTok. So if you have a second, tap the screen a few times for me. Helps the channel out an awful lot, as you know. And if you're watching on YouTube as well and you haven't done so already, take a second, hit the thumbs up button for me. And if you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. Oshin says, when the last manager to leave a contract, not retire or run out of who was the last manager? Yeah, I mean it's a tough one really. I don't think there is, you know. Niall says, I'd imagine Kane would be only too happy to get out of Spurs now. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you're looking at a kind of a cycle with Spurs of going from manager to manager. It kind of reminds me of what we were over the last maybe 5 or 6 years, you know, and it's kind of in new managers, new ideas, like Kane, just I can't see him wanting to stick around for that. I really can't. And I think Daniel Levy knows that as well, and I don't think Daniel Levy is the kind of owner, or he's not the owner of the club, I know, but he won't want Kane going for free. He really won't, you know. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the summer. Obviously, the big talk is that United are the main links for him. You know, he's not going to City. He's not going to go to Liverpool. They've just spent money on strikers. I can't see him going anywhere else in London. He's not going to Arsenal. He's not going to go to Chelsea. You know, Newcastle, I don't see him going to Newcastle. That's still seen as a bit of a project. I think it's United or nowhere for him. I think if he doesn't go to United, I think he stays at Spurs. I really do, because he wants that all-time record in the Premier League as well, doesn't he? Let's see. What's the team like? I missed it at the start. So we have De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, Maguire and Martinez. Then we have McTominay, Sabitzer and Bruno, and then Sancho, Rashford and Weghorst. That's the starting 11, guys. For anyone who missed it, Sandy is in. It says jump from TikTok. Appreciate it. Hate teams that go through managers quicker than hot meals. Yeah, it can be very frustrating, and it's very frustrating from you know, from a fan standpoint as well. You know, us as United fans, we know all too well over the last 10 years or so, jumping from manager to manager, new ideas. You don't really know what you're going to get. There's this kind of high of getting a new manager, and then, you know, it doesn't work out, and, you know, blah blah blah. But, you know, would we have got to the stage we're at now without that? Would we have landed on Ten Hag without having to go through that rigmarole? I don't know. But yeah, I'm just happy we haven't. Will you be showing the match? No, I won't be showing the match, guys. It's just a watch along. So I'm keeping everybody up to date as the game goes on. Did you get a haircut, says George? I did. I certainly did, my friend. Let's see. Thomas says, why would you spend 100 million on a 30-year-old? Well, because he would guarantee you 30 goals a season. Simple. You know, and if Manchester United buy him and we win the Premier League, will anyone give a shit about 100 million? I don't think so. Now, look, it's a risk, but every player is a risk. I think you're taking a bigger risk with someone like Osimhen, albeit he's younger. And don't get me wrong, I would still love Osimhen at Manchester United. But he's not guaranteed to get you goals in the Premier League. And Harry Kane is probably as sure of a player to score goals in the Premier League than anyone else in the world. You know, so for that reason, I think it's an easier... It's less of a risk going for Kane, even though he's 30, than it is going for an Osimhen at 23, 24, whatever he is. Liverpool looking to sign Jude Bellingham by the summer. Talks of it. Yeah, look, there is talks of it as well. Manchester United want him as well. So, I mean, the kid is going to have a lot of options in the summer. He really is. If Liverpool don't get top 4, I would be... not very surprised, but I would be surprised if he goes to Liverpool. I've heard before that he's a Liverpool fan. Okay, all well and good. But if you're not in the top 4 and you're not in the Champions League, it's hard to get tier 1 players, you know. And the only players you do tend to get are players that will be, you know, boyhood fans of the club. But I think Bellingham made a very smart move in going to Dortmund, you know, in terms of his development. Now, if he wants to play in England, going to that next level, Liverpool are on a rebuild. So, is that what you want to be doing? Look, he has youth on his side, but I don't think it's a sewn up Liverpool transfer like some people are saying. I think United are going to be in a running for him. I think City probably will be in a running for him as well. So, let's see what happens. We may not get him, but we certainly do need, additions in the midfield. So we are going to be in the market for a midfielder. So let's see what happens. Craig says, need United to win, 2.5 goals, 7 United corners, 5 shots on target, Rashi and Veg to score, Fulham 20 plus bookings. Or booking points, 1,100. That is some bet if that comes in. Let's see. If Poch comes back, Kane stays, says Oshin. Yeah, maybe so. Niall says, if they lose Kane and Son, they're a finished club. Yeah, I'd have to agree. Sandy says, as a Scotland man, need to see McTominay have a decent game here before the international break. I feel Bellingham would fit perfectly into the United starting 11. I think so. I think there's probably very few games that he wouldn't fit in, or very few teams that he wouldn't fit into. But I think, if we're talking about Bellingham, making the smart move going to Dortmund in terms of his development for his career a few years back, let's look at where you could develop best in England at the moment. If it is England, it's probably Pep Guardiola or Eric Ten Hag, because we've seen what Eric Ten Hag has done with this United squad since he's took over. He's improved De Gea, he's improved Wan-Bissaka, he's improved Dalot, he's improved Luke Shaw. Jesus, I won't say Harry Maguire, we won't go that far. He's improved Fred, he's improved Rashford. The list goes on and on. So that was part of his job description. I have no doubt about it when he was being hired as Manchester United manager. Right, you can get your players in and we'll back in the transfer market, but you need to get a lot more out of the current players that are there, and by God, he's doing it. So if Bellingham is wanting to move for development reasons and go into that next step in his career and want to continue to improve, I don't think you can look past the likes of Pep or Eric Ten Hag. And look, I'm not trying to put down the likes of Jurgen Klopp or anything like that, but Klopp is seen as a manager more so as a coach. If I'm correct in saying he doesn't take a lot of training sessions, he doesn't do a lot of that hands-on training ground stuff, but he's a fantastic man manager, So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting summer. It really is. It's going to be an interesting summer. We're going to be doing, I'm going to be doing daily transfer news shows, so we'll keep you all up to date, guys. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Let's see. City will buy him, says Chris. I would rather Kane. He knows the Prem, says Aaron. And Chris says, I don't want Bellingham at United after comments after Liverpool debacle. I don't think there was comments. I think he just liked a tweet. If he signs for United, I'll get over it. When is the FA Cup draw? I'm not sure. It's usually straight after all of the games are done. So if this, I think this is the last game. So maybe it's tonight, but I'm not 100% sure. Oisin says, watching the ITV coverage and seeing Keane standing on the turf at Old Trafford, even at 50 in a suit, gives me goosebumps. It does. You'd love to be there and just start a Keto chant, wouldn't you? So, what you wouldn't give to have him in his mid-20s back running the show in the middle of the field there. You really would. But yeah, looking forward to this, guys. Get your score predictions in, guys. Anyone who hasn't got your score predictions in, let me know how you think it's going to go. Maria says he just liked the comment. That was all. I think so. Pa Shelley says, an armchair fan. I've been to Old Trafford 4 times this season, man. So, and I'm going 2 more times minimum. So anyway, were you out last night? Says King Elbron. I wasn't out last night. I was out the night before for Paddy's Day. Now I wasn't out all night, but I think we went out for the parade about 1:30 and met a couple of friends then and their kid as well, and we went for some dinner and then we went for a few pints and I was home by about 10 o'clock. So yeah, all good. Pat says whoever wins this gets Brighton. Okay, so the draw's already done, Pat is saying. Interesting. Rod is saying the same. Next round done. BBC Brighton if we win today. Yeah, so there we go. There goes Jack and his fire hydrant. Yeah, there we are. Stay hydrated, guys. Water bottles available on the store, the United Community Channel store on YouTube. So we got merchandise up and running now, guys, as well. So I'm adding new designs every day. I have 4 designs that are pending at the moment, but we've got a couple of designs that are up. I think Chris is after buying one, and I think Ben is after buying one as well. So we've got a few things in review at the moment, but I think there's 2 designs that are up already. If you want to check them out, go and do so. Let's see. Aaron says, what do you think of Ireland yesterday? Some game. It was a brilliant game. And only the 4th Grand Slam in our history. It's mad that it's the first one that we've ever won in Dublin. We've never won a Grand Slam in Dublin before, but it was great to watch. I was very impressed with Ireland. Now, I don't know an awful lot about rugby. I wouldn't even I know the basic rules of it, but I love watching it as a sport. But I just thought Ireland were very good. They didn't panic, even like they were a bit sloppy in possession in the first half, but they never panicked, kept their cool, and they got the job done in the end. So delighted, I have to say. Ned says, what haircut do you ask for? Skin fade. Skin fade, Ned. I wouldn't drink from a United piss bottle, says Maria. I don't think anyone would, to be honest. But that was a weird comment. Is this 2 legs against Fulham, says Jason? No, so the FA Cup is only 1-legged tie. It's only a 1-legged tie. All FA Cup ties are only 1 leg. Henry says, my friend is at the match. Yeah, Ben is a regular watcher of the channel. He's at the game as well. So, yeah, happy days. But yeah, just showing some of the highlights of the City game last night. Haaland is on fire again, so he is. You would have to say, what has he got? 6 goals in 2 games? Crazy numbers he's putting up. Crazy numbers. But yeah, and I mean, Arsenal are after doing the business in the in the league today. I think a 4-1 win on Crystal Palace, so they keep their grip on the top spot. Kitch says, merch please, mate. Says Kitch. Yeah, if you go to my Craig, thanks for the gifts, really appreciate it, man. So if you go to my YouTube homepage, United Community Channel, we're live over there at the moment as well. If you go to the homepage, there's a store section along the top. If you click on that, it has it all there. So it does. Yeah. So there you go. 9 goals in a week. The man is a machine, says Niall. Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is. Ben Jinx does by going and gave us Maguire and McTominay, says Chris. I blame Ben. 8 goals in a week. It's like street league stuff for him. It is. Absolutely it is. Let's see. Anyone watched the Sheffield United and Birmingham game? Was a brilliant game, says Craig. No, I didn't see it. I was down in the in-laws all day today, so I didn't get to see anything. Always football is in from Indonesia. Thanks for joining, my friend. You're more than welcome. Thanks for subscribing to the channel as well. It's much appreciated. Much appreciated. Let's see what people are saying here. What do you predict in the United game today? Are you confident you win? Yeah, I'm confident we'll win. I don't, but again, I'm not taking Fulham for granted in any way, shape or form. Fulham are having a very good season and they've got a good manager and he hasn't playing well. I do think United should have enough to get the job done. My prediction today is a 2-0 win to United. But yeah, so no water bottle in the store, only mugs. Oh, I think maybe I have the water bottles coming with the new designs. I certainly had water bottles turned on, but I'll double check this evening and we'll see. We'll go from there. But yeah, teams in the tunnel, guys, getting ready to go. Looking forward to it now. I hate all of the handshakes and everything in the tunnel before the game. It just old school that way. Just fuck don't. And Martinez is not shaking hands with anyone. You just, I don't know. I don't like it. Just Get your head down. Get in the zone. Eight. They're talking about a treble on ITV there. So we're 8 games away from a treble supposedly. Now you won't fucking a treble, not the treble, by the way. But no, look, I don't want to be getting, you know, you don't want to be getting too far ahead of yourself and talks of all of that shit, you know. Just take it every game as it comes. Get the win today, hopefully. You know, take the 2 weeks then of an international break to regroup. You know, and sometimes having an international break like that it can be a good thing because, you know, these guys are living in each other's pockets day in, day out, training, travelling for games every 3 days. You know, so maybe 2 weeks away from each other, getting into your international setup, you know, getting around different people, different players, you know, and coming back then a little bit, I won't say refreshed because you're still going to be playing games on international duty, but just kind of a mental restart maybe, if you know what I mean. What time is it at? Yeah, so we're less than 5 minutes away, guys. So about 3.5 minutes time. But great to see so many people in, guys. Keep smashing the like button. Let's try to get to 5,000 likes before the game kicks off there. If you have a second, tap the screen a few times for me. If you're new to the channel, do hit the follow button as well. We do daily Manchester United content, all of the watch-alongs throughout the season. So make sure you're hitting that follow button as well. And like I said, anybody on TikTok, if you do want the full experience, we're live on YouTube at the moment as well. We've got the scoreboard and the timer over here. The starting 11 on screen here. Link is on my homepage, or just search United Community Channel on YouTube. Go over there, hit subscribe, and get into the chat. But yeah, nearly ready to go. Nearly ready to go. Niall says 8 games away, but 90 minutes away from going out. Exactly, Niall. Exactly, and that's the mind frame you need to have. You know what I mean? 1 game at a time. Oshin says shake hands after the game, and that only depends on how the game goes. Exactly, exactly. Let's see. Go Fulham. It'll be a tough game, says Maria. So Maria's obviously a Fulham fan. But, yeah, look, I mean, I wouldn't be... if I were Fulham, you know, they've been having a good season. I wouldn't be fearing anything going into this game, you know? Full of confidence. I love Ten Hag. He just comes out and salutes everyone there. The Stretford end when he comes out of the tunnel. I just love everything about him. There's no bullshit with him. Just serious, job on. He's just perfect for what we needed. He really, really is. He's just what we needed after so many years of bullshit and negativity. And it's an exciting time. Look, it is. We have a trophy in the bag, thankfully, already. Let's hope we can get top 4. Obviously, we're still in 2 more cup competitions. It looks like the club is going to get sold before the summer. So, I mean, look, it's exciting times to be a United fan. It really is. So let's just jump on the crest of this wave and keep going. Oh, Maria is a Liverpool fan. Even worse. Nah, you're welcome, Maria. I'm only joking. Craig says, glad to see Sabitzer back from injury. It is. It is. He hasn't had much game time since we signed him. So, happy enough with that. Let's get the timer up and running here on YouTube as well, guys. Oh, what's that all about? And we're up and running. Let's go. Ander Pereira's pulling a few strings already, a few snaky ones. But we're up and running. Big game here now today. Finish off a good run of, well, I won't say a good run of form, because obviously we drew and lost our last 2 games in the league, but let's try and finish strong before the international break. Would you be worried about Casemiro and the amount of times he has been sent off recently? No, absolutely not. He's not a dirty player. You know what I mean? The first sending off was very, very soft. And his second sending off, I don't think he meant it. I think it was a red card, but I don't think he meant it. So I'm not worried about him in the slightest. But Fulham now with an early throw down in United's corner. And Mitrovic now gets to the end line. Crosses one in. Oh, McTominay does really well. Pereira was coming in at the front post there. And McTominay does well to get in front of him, or Pereira would have had a free header in the 6-yard box. And Fulham have a corner early on here, and they're putting some early pressure on. It's going to be Pereira now to swing in the corner here. Outswinger. Good header away by Maguire. And the one thing I would say about Maguire, he's very dominant in the air, and he gives you that kind of safety net from set pieces. Not full safety net, but you know what I mean. Deep onto the back post now. Header, and De Gea has to tip it over. It was a kind of a looping header from Diop. And it was a big, big cross in from Ander Pereira out from the corner. And he's just at the back post and he tries to loop it in over De Gea, and De Gea has to tip it over. It's another corner for Fulham here. Red Bruno shirt bought, says Chris. Appreciate it, man. Really do appreciate it. There's more coming. I have a Casemiro and a Rashford one of them shirts coming as well. So I'll let you know when they're passing. I'm trying to get the one with my crest on it, but it hasn't been passed yet. Pereira now outswinger again. Mitrovic gets a head on it, but it goes away, and they're calling for a penalty here. Mitrovic is saying that Luke Shaw pushed him, and you know VAR will be looking at. Bruno goes for a header and just completely pulls out of it, but United get clear their lines eventually. No stoppage of play yet. Now obviously, you know, VAR can look at it in the background, but Connor said, did you watch the rugby yesterday? I did. Brilliant watch, so it was. Really enjoyed it now, I have to say. Let's see. Mop says, you have to take one Liverpool player or die. Who would you choose? I choose to die. Here's Willian coming out. Gets a wide left. Cross back into the box. McTominay as well placed. And a nice little pass out to Rashford. And United win a throw. But no, in all seriousness, if I was to have to take one Liverpool player, I'd probably take Andy Robertson, if I'm being honest. Even though he's a fucking shithouse. But he's a very good fullback. Flick on there now by Weghorst. But United haven't really got on the ball yet in the opening, 4.5 minutes here. So, you know, Fulham have done the majority of the pressing. They've got a couple of early corners and penalty shout from them, but United just need to get a bit of possession now, settle down. But yeah, and that's what we're kind of doing at the moment now. The ball has been played around at the back a bit by Maguire, De Gea, Martinez, just keeping a bit of possession. Nice carry out of McTominay. Just as I said, he gives the ball away. And Pereira now does well and gets it wide. Are you from Ireland? I am. Allison for me says Aaron, and Oshin says I take Robertson too. Yeah, look, I just think he's a super fullback, and they got him for, what did they get him for, like 8 million or something from Hull? Steal, absolute steal. Jadon Sancho fighting well now. Sorry, it's actually Bruno. Nice play by United, and we get a throw just about on the halfway line. I would take Allison for the hair back up, says Craig. McSauce is so shit, says Craig as well. But yeah, United settling into the game a little bit more here now, guys, in the last couple of minutes. Kind of weathered the early storm from Fulham. Just keeping possession. Keeping Fulham pinned back as much as possible. No real chances created by United as of yet, though. Fulham are getting 11 men behind the ball when they lose it. They seem to be kind of playing a traditional 4-4-2 and they don't have it. They have, like, Pereira stepping up as nearly a second striker to close down. Well, great to see so many people in, guys. Keep smashing the like button for us. If you're new to the channel, hit the follow button on TikTok. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the YouTube channel as well. We're closing in on 30,000 followers on TikTok and closing in on 3,000 subscribers on YouTube as well, which is great. And we're starting our morning news show from tomorrow, guys. So we're going to be live Monday to Friday for Manchester United news on YouTube only. So if it's something you'd be interested in, something you want to get in, watch every morning. We're going to go with a 10 o'clock morning show. So if you're watching on TikTok and you'd like to get involved with that, or watch us on a every weekday morning, make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel. Link is on the homepage. We're live over there at the moment as well. Go get involved. But yeah, that's the plan. United doing well in possession, I have to say. We're keeping possession quite well. Here's Luke Shaw now coming up the inside left. Gets it out to Rashford. But Fulham are doing well to get players behind the ball as quickly as possible. Rashford goes inside to Sancho. Nice first touch. Keeps it going to Bruno. Little chip into the box. Good header away. Oh, Fulham don't clear their line fully now. Bruno gets up for the header. Goes down holding his stomach like he normally does. But United stay attacking here with Wan-Bissaka. Sancho, come on, Bruno, fuck's sake. And United put out the ball because Bruno is down. Now look, I don't know, he may have got winded here or something. Yeah, I mean, Willian goes in with an elbow into his ribs and it is a sore one. I mean, that's what you say when Bruno goes down though, you know what I mean? Because he has that kind of a reputation, but that does look like a sore one. I take it back. Alfred says, I really like Maguire's contribution. Yeah, look, I mean, Maguire will always give you 100%, but it's just his 100% is not that good at the majority of the time. He wins the headers very well. He progresses the ball out from the back quite well when there's no pressure on him. But if you get a ball in behind him, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? How much do you think Evan Ferguson is worth? I think maybe 15 to 20 million, I would say. I mean, let's not get too carried away. The chap is a good footballer and he's had a good 2-month patch. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be getting overly carried away with 30, 40 million. You know what I mean? But I do think he would be a very good addition to Manchester United's squad. You know, if we're going out and we're going to sign an Osman or a Kane, especially if we get a Kane, I think Evan Ferguson would be the ideal understudy to a Harry Kane. You know, where you say, right, look, Harry Kane is 30 years of age. Evan will guarantee you 15 to 20 games a season, whether it be a starter from the bench. But in 3 years' time, you're going to be the main man. And he'll only be, 22 at that stage or something? 21, 22? So see. Score prediction, I'm going 2-0. Lee says I'm praying for Weghorst to get a goal or two. Yeah, I'd love to see him get one. I really would. His work rate is phenomenal. Paul says the wind would blow that Fernandes over. Not like the real Fernandes Enzo. Just always have to bring it back to Chelsea, Paul, don't you? No, an unbelievable player though, that Enzo Fernandes. And I know he paid well for him, but you'd be hoping you're building the team around him for the next 10 years, you know. Good tackle by Maguire there on United get away now. Here's Rashford. Oh, he's smothered out. All started with Maguire, in fairness to him. We got a good tackle in on Mitrovic. And Weghorst just slips Rashford in, but he's closed down very quickly. It's good positioning by the Fulham defenders. Oshin says, would you keep both Sabitzer and Weghorst after their loans? Yeah, probably. I would, and I would keep Weghorst as a third choice. I still think we need two strikers in the summer, because by the looks of it, Anthony Martial is probably going to be let go in the summer if we can find a suitor for him. Great header away by Wan-Bissaka there. That was a brilliant header, because it was a really good cross in. And United are breaking up the left-hand side now. Rashford has space to get into, going one-on-one. Do I have a place on the far side? Here's Weghorst, cuts in on his left. Oh, the strike is muck. Passes it back to the goalkeeper, and that's the difference. As much as I love Weghorst and his work rate and all of that, and the kind of cult hero he is, that's the difference in quality. He gets the ball on his right, turns in on his left, has a strike from the edge of the box, and just trickles the ball back to the goalkeeper. But going back to what Oshin was asking there, I would keep Weghorst as a third choice. If we get say Osman, for example, and you get rid of Martial and you sign an Evan Ferguson, and then you keep Weghorst as your third choice, if he's happy to do that, then yeah, I would. In terms of Sabitzer, I do think we need players in the midfield. We need squad players. I think that's what he would be. I do think we need to go out and sign a De Jong or a Bellingham or whoever it may be. But yeah, I think on top of that, I would keep a Sabitzer there as as your squad player. Again, that you could get 20 games a season out of coming from the bench or starting, whatever it may be. But yeah, absolutely. But we've got a spicy enough little game here, I have to say it. Here's Martinez now. Ref, he has his arms all over him. Fulham are in here. Oh, Maguire slipped and Sabitzer gets back and makes a block for a corner. Oh, it's a great chance by Fulham. The ball is played long. It goes over Martinez's head. Now he gets there, but he's expecting the contact, and the Fulham player just kind of gets around him that way. Maguire slips at the wrong moment as Pereira is coming across him. And Sabitzer gets back into a good position and blocks the cross. It's a corner again to Fulham here. It's been a good start by Fulham. Corner now again. Pereira with the outswinger. Headed or cleared away at the near post, but Fulham will keep possession here. Left hand side now, cross into the box. Oh, great cross into the box. It goes right along the 6-yard box, and it goes for a goal kick. Jesus, that was some ball. And no one from Fulham. It's an absolutely fantastic ball, but none of the Fulham players really take a chance on it, and it trickles all the way through between the defensive line and David De Gea, and all it needs is someone to commit to it and get a touch. Fulham have created all the chances so far here. United haven't really started that well. Oh, alright. Martinez is there. Yeah, I mean, that's sloppy. Yeah, I mean, United are kind of huffing and puffing here more than anything else. Let's see what people are saying. Why do you think Bruno has dropped off from his first 2 years, says Aaron? Well, he's asked to play a different role. You know what I mean? First and foremost, we're not getting as many penalties. And I think that's... now, that's not saying Bruno crossed into the box now. Oh, great header away by Martinez. And Fulham are putting savage pressure on here. And United lose out again, but Shaw is there. And again, we're struggling to get the ball cleared properly. And Fulham are getting on it too easily. Ah, no, ref! But yeah, I mean, Bruno's form hasn't dropped off. His numbers in terms of goals and assists have dropped off. But his goal involvements have been... this season have been up there with that, and he's played more games than any player in any 5 of the top leagues, including goalkeepers, this season. His work rate is phenomenal. I don't think he's had a drop off at all. He's playing a different role now than he was playing playing under Solskjaer. You know, Martinez having a cut of Mitrovic on the butcher. Yeah, he did. Paul says, who did you get in the Europa League draw? Chelsea got Real Madrid. Yeah, we got Sevilla, which is not going to be easy either. So there's a short free kick that didn't work out, but Fulham still have the ball now. Cross is a poor one. Comes to Bruno. Oh, ref, come on now! That's a yellow card. I mean, that's such a stonewall yellow card. Yeah, and he gets it. It's the right decision. Sancho's away up the left-hand side, and Bruno puts the ball through the gap for him, and Pereira just puts an arm on him and pulls him back, and it's a definite yellow card. Jared is in, says, afternoon, Jack. Hope you had a good St. Patrick's Day. Love to see the Six Nations trophy brought home. Yeah, great weekend. Really was. Really was. Let's see, can we finish it off with a good United result? Katie is in. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, if there is anyone watching, or any of your mammies. Oh, lovely ball. Bruno's in down the right-hand side here. 2 players running in. Oh, it's just too close to the goalkeeper. You could see what he was trying to do. And Leno was off his line really well. He started a really good position. But great play there. And it's a brilliant ball by Wan-Bissaka through the gap. And Bruno puts a ball. I don't think that either Weghorst or Sancho would have got it if the keeper hadn't made his move anyway. But good play by United. United pressing high. Oh, Sancho nearly got it. Fulham are playing well, I have to say. They've been the better team in the opening, 18 minutes or so.
Will you push this in?
Push what in?
That in there.
What is it?
We may have went to the toy shop.
You went to the toy shop?
We did have. Thank you, Daddy.
It's not in.
Oh.
Do you need to press the button or something?
No, you just have to push it in. Push it in one side. Just can't get the other side.
There you go.
Thanks.
Hooah!
Alright.
Sully is in. Good to see you, pal. Sancho gives up too easily, says Oshin. Who do we get in the draw? I missed it. So got Sevilla in the next round of the Europa. And if we win this game, we have Brighton. But great to see so many people in, guys. Keep smashing the like button. Let's try to get to 15,000 likes before half time. If you have a second, tap the screen a few times for me. Hit the follow button if you're new to the channel as well. Daily United content, all of the watch-alongs as well throughout the season. Make sure you're hitting the follow button. Where's the crisps? They're right there, ready to go for half time. Maguire is so slow with the ball, says Chris. Yeah, he really is. Kate says, I know I asked in the last live, can we please talk about the sale of the club, where we're at with it all, please. Yeah, so second bids are due within the next week. I think by the end of next week, the second bids are due in. Free kick now into the box. Wan-Bissaka clears. So yeah, second bids are due in from whoever's bidding. Stop spamming the chat. You're gone. See you later. But yeah, so second bids are due in by the end of next week. And we go from there. So it looks like it's going to be a quick enough sale once the bids do get in. Maguire gives away a free kick there and he gets a yellow card. So yeah, and once the second bids are kind of like, so the first bids were kind of preliminary bids, if that makes sense, just to kind of test the water. Now it does suggest that the Qataris and Sheikh Jassim Al-Thani, Sheikh Al-Thani is willing to overpay for the club up to 6 billion. So look, they seem to be going with the money side of it, and Jim Ratcliffe seems to be going with the kind of, I'll buy the 69% and allow the Glazers to stay on in some capacity. Free kick now is played short. Oh, it's a training ground one, but it goes out for a goal kick. So yeah, by all accounts, that's the kind of gist I'm getting from it and what I read on it, that if they buy the 69%, there could be the potential for the Glazers to have a minority stake within the club. Now, they would have no say in the club. Jim Ratcliffe would be technically the owner of Manchester United. But I think it's going to be the Qataris, I have to say. I generally, when you have people with that kind of money, they get what they want. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be the Qataris. I really do. Oshin says, this is why I come back to this channel. It's not just soccer content. You wouldn't see Goldbridge fixing his daughter's tie on a live. You wouldn't. Here's Wan-Bissaka down the right-hand side now. Just goes inside to Bruno. Bruno with a little chip into the box, and it's a good header away. Fulham are going to come away with the ball here. Oh, Martinez does really, really well. Oh, brilliant play by Martinez. Brilliant play. Sancho, but Weghorst will clean up the scraps here. United will keep possession. United putting a bit of pressure on here. Here's Rashford. Ball into the box, Weghorst. Oh, and it just goes wide of the far post. Brilliant ball by Rashford. He's not shaping up for a crossing. He just kind of flicks one in with his right foot. And Weghorst is on the move, in fairness to him, and the ball is just ahead of him. Oh, and it creeps by the far post. Oof. Good play by United. Good pressure. Chris says Sevilla is like 15th place in La Liga. Yeah, but we've never beaten them, Chris. We've never beaten Sevilla in our history. Niall says if we beat Sevilla, surely we're in with a shout for a La Liga medal. I think so. And if we do beat Sevilla, we will have the winners of Sporting and Juventus in the next round, in the semi-final. So if we beat them, then we could potentially be coming up against Jose Mourinho's Roma, because they're on the other side of the draw. So Chris says I have to buy more potatoes. Qatari's ready to pay 6 billion asking price. Yeah. Katie says, would you say from the news that Glazers definitely want the sale in your view? Yeah, it's going to be it. I mean, look, all of the noise coming around is that the club is going to be sold. You know, we've heard all of the right things, that the Qataris are willing to overpay, which is exactly what the Glazers want to hear. So I think it's going to be done. So thank God, the sooner the better. Ted Lasso free kick by Fulham, says Chris. Show me the money. When will we have a full announcement? Well, look, there's different steps and stages, you know. So, here's Fulham coming now. Slip ball into Mitrovic. No, you're never getting that penalty. Get up. Now, Martinez does go in with Mitrovic, and Mitrovic is looking for it. The ref hasn't blown for a penalty. It's going to be looked at. Let's have a look here again. He gets the wrong side, and Mitrovic's leg comes across Martinez. No way. No way. Martinez's leg comes across. No, Mitrovic's leg comes across Martinez. There's no way that's a penalty. Yeah. Nah, it's no penalty. No penalty. But yeah, anyway, back to the sale. The second bids have to be in by the end of next week. So once they're in, I don't know what the time frame is in terms of accepting one. Do the Glazers have a week or 10 days or 2 weeks or a month to accept? I don't know. But it should be done by the end of the season. It really should. He needs to be throwing himself at that. If you're not diving, you're not trying, says Hushin. Jared says, McTominay and Maguire on the same pitch, they're so bad. Yeah. Dale says, Maguire is some bluffer. I know, man. I know. Oh, yeah, so let me see. Okay, happy days. Let's see. Paul says Barcelona versus Real Madrid on tonight. Must watch. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be watching that myself. Guppy says, I think the Qatari boys will want a quick sale. No messing. Straight in with the 6 billion asking price. Yeah. Look, as long as the sale of the club is done before the start of the transfer window, I think it's a positive thing as from United fans and from the club's and Ten Hag's perspective. You know, you want to be going in with a clear, game plan into the transfer window on who you want and the money you have to spend and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah. I forgot to mention as well, guys, I'm going to be gifting 5 memberships at the end of the live on YouTube. So I'm going to be gifting 5 official memberships to anybody who's watching at the end of the game. So make sure you're sticking around. You can become an official member. So there's going to be 5 memberships gifted once the game is over. It's randomly selected by YouTube, so I'm going to be doing that. So if you're watching and you're not a member, make sure you're sticking around because you have to be in on the live on YouTube to be gifted the membership. So yeah, I'm going to be gifting 5 memberships, so it's going to be and anyone on TikTok then as well. If you want to get in over onto YouTube and watch us over there, we're live there at the moment. Like I said, we'll be gifting 5 memberships at the end of the game. I meant to say it at the start, but yeah. So looking forward to doing that. Is the game boring? No, it's actually quite a decent game. I'd say for the neutral standpoint, you'd be happy with watching it, you know what I mean? Oshin says, this bloody goal kick routine scares me every time. I know. Why the centre half kick it to the hair and not the other way around? It just doesn't make sense to me. Now look, I can understand in a way that you like if the centre back passes it to the goalkeeper, then he can kick it long. But I mean, a centre back can kick it long as well. You know what I mean? Maguire McMuffin on the ball scares me, says Chris. How do I enter it? Well, you're already a member, Chris, so it'll be going to non-members. So it's random. So like anybody can gift. So if anybody on the live wanted to gift a membership, you can do it by hitting the dollar button at the bottom of the chat, and it randomly gifts memberships to people. So I'm going to be gifting 5 at the end of the game. So, and I'm going to do it I might do it maybe every month or so, because you're supporting, so it's good to give back as well. So I appreciate it. But yeah. Morris says, man, Jack, keep up the content. Deadly stuff. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Oh, Martinez with a ball to Rashford. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. Oshin says, you should do a members only merch prize then. Cough, cough. I have a plan on that. Oshin, now that you say it, at the end of the season, I'm going to be giving away some merchandise as well to members. So, yeah, don't worry. I'm way ahead of you. Cross into the box by Fulham now. Mitrovic with a header is over the bar. Good play by Fulham. Really is. Good play by Fulham. Chris says, man, us members get cheated. Chris, you're appreciated just as much if you're not a member, man. You know what I mean? Well, what you could do is you could chance ending your membership and being one of the 5, but there's no guarantee. But anyway, give me a water bottle, says Chris. There we go. That's why you're getting the big bucks, says Oshin. There's no big bucks here, man. No big bucks here. I promise you. So, Martinez now plays out into midfield. United have a bit of space. It's a poor ball. Sabitzer was making a run past the defence and Bruno just scuffs his pass. He does really well to win it back though. And that's the work rate you get out of Bruno. He can frustrate you at sometimes. But, here we go. Now Rashford is in. First touch, bit heavy. And he's closed down. And it's a goal kick. His shot hits Leno and comes back and hits Rashford. The counter-attack is very fast by United, you have to say. It's a lovely ball by Martinez into Weghorst, and he lays it down to Sabitzer, who gives it to Rashford first time. And Rashford's first touch is just a bit off. He's stretching for it. But Leno is off his line really well to close down the angle, and it goes for a goal kick. Here's Rashford again now coming down the left-hand side. Just gets the ball nicked off him by Reed. But keeps him pressed down in the corner, in fairness. Jesus, that ball looked out. I mean, what's going on there? Anyway, it's a throw to Fulham. Jared says, in the summer, how many players do you see us getting realistically? How many players do we need? We probably need another 5, I would say. We need 2 strikers. We need a centre midfielder. We need a centre back. I would say probably 2 centre midfielders. Two attackers, 2 centre midfielders and a centre back. So 5. Excited for both my shirts, says Chris. Yeah, I'm getting one as well. I have... it's weird. You don't get any testers, you know, or any knockdown price. I think there's actually 20% off in the merch store today for today only. But anyway, yeah. So I have the Martinez, the Butcher of Manchester hoodie ordered as well. So I'm looking forward to getting it myself. Would you like Evan Ferguson at United? Yeah, we were talking about him earlier. Morris, it's a player I'd love to have as an understudy to the likes of a Harry Kane or an Osman or whoever the number 1 striker you're going to be getting in the summer is, you know. But yeah. But great to see so many people in, guys. Keep smashing the like button on TikTok. We're closing in on 10,000. Let's try to get to 15,000 before half time. And if you're new to the channel, do hit the follow button as well, like I said. Rashford now cross into the box. Easily enough clearance. Maguire picks up the pieces though and gets it forward to Wan-Bissaka. Little ball around the corner to Sancho. Gets it back to Wan-Bissaka. His cross is blocked. He does well to keep it. Ball back to Bruno. A little chip back to him to Wan-Bissaka. He needs to get the ball down with his first touch. He lets it bounce and it goes for a goal kick. with keeping Sabitzer, we need a centre back, a centre midfielder, 2 centre forwards, and a right back. Yeah, I agree with you there, Chris. I would be talking about maybe Sabitzer as one of the centre midfielders that you'd be getting, and maybe signing another one then like your De Jong or your Bellingham or whoever your number one target is going to be. Same with your strikers. And then centre back. I think we could get away with the right back position for another season. And the goalkeeping situation for another season. I think priority has to be the spine of it. Sorry, I have the hiccups. The priority has to be the spine of the team this transfer window. And if we can get that and then get 1 or 2 more, then you're looking at your goalkeeper, your right back, your winger, whoever it may be. You know. Not many chances to wear a hoodie in Florida, says Chris. Absolutely, I'd well believe it, man. I'd well believe it. Maguire, in fairness to him, is doing well up against Mitrovic. Ball to the back post now. Oh, Shaw was bombing in at the back post. Great ball out of Fernandes. And it had to be headed away, and United have a corner. Luke Shaw was coming in like a fucking freight train. So he was. And Fernandes just hangs it up there. Luke Shaw was going to win it. And it's just flicked off his head by one of the Fulham defenders and put out for a corner. Great play by United there. Corner is in now. Oh, it's there at the near post. Oh, it was bobbling around. Oh. Ball just played into Shaw, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. Get a keeper in too. Badly needed. Support to De Gea, says Ricky. Yeah, and look, I do think a goalkeeper is probably up there with not top priority, but certainly, more priority than the likes of maybe a right back or a winger or something. But like De Gea doesn't really have much. He doesn't have any competition really at the moment, with the other goalkeepers that are there. So yeah, look, I mean, I would like to see a goalkeeper, another goalkeeper brought in, another top class goalkeeper, to really put some competition for that place, Let's see. Palhinha just nicks it off of Fernandes now, but he goes to win it back again and win a free out. Jared says, hopefully we're not chasing all summer for a striker. Yeah, and that's the worry really, isn't it? I think that's the one thing you don't want to see. You want to see us getting our business done early, getting players in as quick as possible, and then when we do go off on pre-season tour to the USA, then he has the majority of his players rocking and rolling, ready to go, because it's a massive disadvantage, and we seen it with last summer. We had a very positive pre-season in terms of results and all of that, but we had half the fucking players weren't even there. Ronaldo didn't even go on it, and we seen how we started the season then, 2 horrible defeats, so I think getting players there, getting the bulk of your squad there, as many of them as you can't be anything other than an advantage. Here's Mitrovic now, goes one-on-one with Martinez. Brilliant tackle. I love it, boy. Right on the edge of the box. Needed to time it well, or could have even given away a penalty. And he just puts it in there and puts Mitrovic on his arse. Brilliant, boy. I love it. His timing is fantastic, I have to say. Tamara says, I don't think we need a right back. Keep Wan-Bissaka as main and Delo as a bench player. Chris says, Kim Min-jae, Alexis McAllister, Kane, Ferguson and Dumfries. Kim Min-jae has a €42 million buyout clause. I mean, that's pennies now and compared, for top class centre backs, and he is a top class centre back, So I wouldn't be against that at all. Ricky, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. Oh, Sabitzer with a strike. Good save. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that player of Napoli. Rashford is the number 9 then, maybe. So I do think we need a winger. I don't know how important it is in terms of other areas we need to improve, but, you know, if Anthony is going to be hot and cold again next season, Sancho is a shadow of the player he was in Germany still. You know, you have Rashford and Garnacho after that, and Pellistri, by all accounts, is going to be going on loan next season. So maybe a winger is an area that we might be looking at as well. Oh, lovely ball by Bruno. Speaking of Sancho, here he's in. No confidence to go at him. No, just stops. Allows players to get back behind the ball. He plays a lovely ball to Sabitzer though. Squares it. Oh, Rashford lets it run. And nobody is there. Why didn't he have a go on the goal? Bruno now plays it in. Takes a deflection and goes back to the goalkeeper. But that's what I'm talking about with Sancho. It's just he gets in and he's away. You have one defender to take on, but he stops, slows down and gets 2 players back then. Now he plays a lovely ball in the end, but he should be running at goal with pace there. Disappointing. Ricky says 3 years ago Sancho would have took that on. Yeah. But we need to up our game. We haven't played well in this first half. You'd have to say we've been kind of in spurts really of good maybe counter-attacking play. But Fulham have been the better team in this first half. Like if we're looking at statistics here, let's have a look at the stats. Let's have a look here. Let's get up the stats here. If it'll ever load. Ball possession is 50-50. Seems like Fulham have had more, but here's Willian coming down the left-hand side now. Just creeps into the United box, pulls it back, and Palhinha with a strike is blocked. Second ball needs to be dealt with. Martinez does well to get a header. He's going to close down Willian here again. Don't foul him now. Well done. Well done, well done, well done. Fulham have a throw, but good defending. United have had 3 shots. 3 shots apiece. Shots on target, United have had more, 3 shots to 1. Shots off target, Fulham have had 2. So it feels United probably have the better statistics, but it feels like Fulham have been the better team in this first half. McTominay gives the ball away again. Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia. Is that right? That lad from Napoli? Someone tell me if that's right. I wish there was voice chats on this bloody YouTube that you could just put in and tell me. But anyway. Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia. Skelia, I don't know, whatever. Skelia, I don't know. He's a good player though, I know who you're on about. But yeah, closing in on, what have we, just over 30 seconds of normal time to go, guys, before half time. Fulham in possession. I don't think Ten Hag is going to be happy here at half time, I really don't. Very close, says Chris. I'll take it. Kvaratskhelia. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Fulham are just look comfortable in possession here. United are closing down, chasing shadows. Fulham are playing really well, in fairness to them. Tete now with a strike from the edge of the box, and it goes wide at the near post, but he hit it with confidence. 2 minutes of added time to go here, guys. Maria says Fulham are giving United a run for their money. Oh, I wouldn't go that far, Maria. A run for their money is a bit strong, but they've been the better team. It's still 0-0, you know what I mean? So, but it is something, you know, while we're on the subject, it is something that it is a slight concern that I would have that United's first halves this season tend to be quite slow, and it takes Eric Ten Hag maybe chewing them out in the dressing room a little bit at half time to get them really going before the second half. So I mean, it's it would be a slight concern I would have, and it's something that we need to improve on, you know, because there's only so much time you can be, you know, starting games and first halves in general poor and on the back foot. You'll get punished for it. Oh, lovely ball, Sancho, McTominay, oh, it's blocked, it goes for a corner. Oh, so Martinez steps out. Fulham cleared their line and Martinez steps out and he gives a brilliant first time pass into Weghorst. He lays it to Sancho, who's in space, and he gives it to McTominay, who's the third man running, and McTominay just hits it first time and it's a brilliant block. Oh, it would have been a great goal and a brilliant time to get it. But United have a corner here. Shaw goes short with it now to Sancho. Sancho goes to Fernandes. That's such a poor corner. Fucking 30 seconds before half time and you go short with a corner. Get it into the fucking box. Stupid. Half time, 1-1. Poor first half from United, you'd have to say it. I think... what am I after doing there? But yeah, poor first half by United, you'd have to say. They had a couple of half chances on the counter attack. Fulham looked like the better team in that first half. They really did. So I think half-time potatoes are going to be needed today. They are going to be needed today. Pat LFC says Man United are back. Go ahead, man. You want to just go over and tell that Jonathan Marley lad to stop saying it every week. Liverpool are back. I'd be more worried about going over and there telling him to shut his mouth than coming in here and trying to tell me. And then get your own fans in check before you worry about anyone else. Anyway. Half time, 0-0. United are going to need to drastically up their game in the second half. Because the Fulham are not going away here. You know, you could see in the first half, you know, a lot of the time you would have teams that coming out at Old Trafford all guns blazing, and they tend to drop off then, and the team, you know, United might take over and just weather the storm, and we did do that. For the first 10 or 15 minutes, Fulham were on top. United weathered the storm then for about 5 or 10 minutes, created a couple of opportunities, but Fulham didn't down tools. They kept going, kept their game plan, and grew back into the game for a second time in the first half. So, Fulham are not going to go away in this game. They're a good team, they're well organised, they've got a good manager, and they play some good football. So, but I think it's kind of one of them games that if United can get one goal, they could go on and get 2 or 3. But we've seen it with Fulham this season already, that, you know, it's taken a 90-something minute goal from Garnacho to beat them at Craven Cottage. So, these guys are going to be okay. Let's see what people are saying here. Absolutely embarrassing we are, says user. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, credit to Fulham. You know, we're missing Varane, we're missing Casemiro. No excuse, I know, but we're doing okay. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. We've been much more effective in second half of matches this season, says Jock. Yeah, we were only mentioning it, Jock, and it was kind of a concern I was mentioning that. You know, we're not putting away teams early enough. Sid says, is it a ritual to have a pack of potatoes at half time? It is, my friend. It's something that just grew naturally here. I was hungry one day and I had it, and United won. So then a few people said the next day, where's the potatoes? So yeah, halftime potatoes is a thing now. Someday they'll sponsor me. Let's see. Is it extra time if it's a draw, says Gerald? I think it is. I think the replays are gone now, are they? Chris says, someone needs to give McMuffin the whistle for trouble. Yeah, that danger whistle. Well, see, Casemiro's not there to come running. You know what I mean? Alright. Potatoes are done. Very poor from Sancho all games, says Aaron. Yeah. Look. I like Sancho. I think he potential, if we're talking potential, he's up there with the best of them. He really is. But potential doesn't make you a good player. You have to work hard. You have to do the right things. You have to make the right decisions. And he's been poor since he came back from his extended break. He has. And we were mentioning the other night that he'll get the rest of this season and potentially next season from me. And from, I would say, the majority of people in general. But he certainly needs to up his game, or he'll be playing for Everton, you know. It's the way of life, isn't it? But again, it's not something that you would put down to, and it's not a negative on Erik ten Hag's transfer sheet, because he didn't sign him. You know what I mean? It was Solskjaer that signed him, and Ten Hag can just go, look, I done what I could. It didn't work, then, you know. Fred on for McMuffin, says Chris. I wouldn't mind that. Sancho is brutal, says Lee. Coolio says, we are still very short of creation. You'd miss Eriksen for that, wouldn't you? You'd realise how integral a part of that team he was. Let's see. Would you get Casemiro's face tattooed on your face, says Uncle Ron? No, probably not, to be honest with you. If I was uglier than Casemiro, then maybe. But no, I wouldn't. I don't have any tattoos. How is Wan-Bissaka, says Julian? He's doing okay on that right hand side. I mean, nothing special. I would always say, as playing as a defender myself, when I played, your number one job is to not concede, and we haven't. So, you know, defence is doing okay. But I do understand that there's a lot more to being a fullback than just defending. You have to be able to attack, link up, overlap, all of that stuff. But he's been okay. Let's see. Another win for Arsenal today. What do you think of them? Yeah, look, I mean, people who watch my stuff on a regular basis know I don't want Arsenal to win the league. But you have to hand it to them. They're just getting result after result after result. They're showing championship winning form. They really are. I think it's going to come down to the Man City game. So I want to have a quick look at the Premier League table actually, because let's see here. So they're 8 points ahead with a game in hand. Sorry, City have a game in hand. Apologies. So Arsenal are 8 points ahead of City. City have a game in hand. So if they win that game in hand, obviously there'll be 5 points behind them. I think if Arsenal are ahead of City when they play each other, and they're playing each other on the 26th of April, and it's in Manchester, if Arsenal go into that game ahead of City on points and they beat them, I think the league is over. But until then, I still think City can catch them. Like, you look at Arsenal's games in the Premier League coming up: Leeds, Liverpool, West Ham, Southampton. Okay? Then they go into a 4-game stretch of Man City away, Chelsea at home, Newcastle away, and Brighton at home. Now, they're 4 difficult games. 4 teams that are, Chelsea seem to have turned a corner. City are City. Newcastle are decent. And Brighton are decent. So, and then, I mean, if they could beat City and avoid defeat against Chelsea, beat Newcastle, Brighton, then they have Forest and Wolves to finish it off. I think they'll win it. But I still, at this moment in time, think City can catch them. But it's going to be an interesting run-in. It really is. Aaron says, will Ahmad be part of next season? I don't know. That all comes down to the manager and what he wants. I'm sure he'll be on pre-season. And it depends what the manager sees out of him. Me personally, look, he's having a fantastic season at Sunderland. Doing it at Sunderland is different to doing it at United, though. I would probably give him one more season, but again, like we were talking about only a few minutes ago, the wing is an area that we're looking to probably, if Sancho and Anthony don't up their games. Sorry, up their games is Sancho up his game, but Anthony needs to become a bit more consistent, because he's got 7 or 8 goals this season. So, okay, for a first season coming from the Eredivisie, that's a decent return. If you put the 100 million price tag to the side, that's not his fault. But yeah, I think Ahmad could be involved next season. I would probably give him another season on loan. And if he could have another season on loan like he did this season, then brilliant. The Crazy Irishman Football is in. Good to see you, pal. Go over and subscribe to his channel, guys, if you haven't done so. But yeah, look, great to see so many people. What are we on? 12,000. Let's try to get to 15,000 likes, guys, on TikTok. Smash the like button for me. Hit the screen a few times if you can. If you want the full experience, we're live over on YouTube at the moment as well. We've got the scoreboard, the timer, the starting 11, all on the screen. Link is on my homepage, or just search United Community Channel on YouTube. And if you are watching on YouTube as well, I'm giving away 5 gifted memberships on YouTube at the end of the game as well. So make sure you're watching, because you're only in with a chance of winning them if you're in on the live at the time. So giving away 5 gifted memberships at the end of the game. Make sure you're in on the YouTube channel to check it out. I think Ahmad could have Bukayo Saka impact, says Chris. Adam is in. Tom Aldino says McTominay is an absolute disgrace. He's a waste of space. Yeah, look, he's poor, isn't he? He's I'd be getting Fred on for him now. I have to say I would. Now, the thing about McTominay is you're taking height off of it, when you're looking at set pieces, and he does win a lot of headers from set pieces. That's the one thing I'll say. I think putting Fred on, you're lowering the height of your team instantly, really, aren't you? When you have your Mitroviches and these kind of guys that are playing, Casemiro is not playing either. You're taking height out there. Varane, alright, you put Maguire in, he's well able to, head a ball. But, Sabitzer maybe then as well gives you a bit of height. So I think it is important when you're going up against a team like Fulham. Bruno too, absolutely brutal. Look, I mean, I think Bruno gets judged an awful lot on what he does wrong rather than what he does right. Yeah, it's frustrating when he gives the ball away 3 or 4 times in the first half there. But there was 2 or 3 times there where we lost possession and Bruno makes a 30 or 40 yard run and wins it back. you know. So I think we'll take the rough with the smooth with Bruno. Bruno will pop up, you know, could pop up with a goal or an assist or a ball to put a lad in to lay it on the plate to someone else. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be taking him off, but I understand where you're coming from. Did you have your halftime potatoes, Aaron? I certainly did. There we are. Halftime potatoes done and dusted. Let's see. Callum Foley is in, says, Channel, thanks man, appreciate it. Callum, thanks for joining, you're more than welcome. Welcome to the community. The United Community Channel. We need this group on midfield. Casemiro, Sabitzer, Fred, Bruno, Ericsson and McAllister. Casemiro, Sabitzer, Fred, Bruno, Ericsson, McAllister. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Yeah, absolutely. Look, we have to take into consideration what Donny van de Beek is going to do in the summer. Is he going to be sold? I think he probably will. So if he goes, if McTominay goes, you're going to have to buy. You are. You're going to have to buy. So let's see what happens. Who do you want to win the Prem? Says Josh. Such a hard question. Obviously, I don't ever want City winning anything. But I live in Ireland. And there's no City fans over here. Pretty much. None. So I wouldn't have to listen to any of them. I hate Arsenal. And there's a friend of mine, he'd be good friends with Ricey, the guy that does the podcast with me. He's a big Arsenal fan and he listens to the podcast. And when I went in for a pint on Paddy's Day, he was there and he's like, now, let's talk about Arsenal. You're slating them all season. And this, that, and the other. And I was like, I'm not slating them. I just don't like them. I'm actually giving them praise in relation to how good they're playing the best football in the league this season. They are, without a shadow of a doubt. But I still hate them. So I think I would probably lean towards City winning. Now on the flip side of that though as well, it means City would do 3 in a row, and we're the only team ever to do 3 Premier League titles in a row, and we've done it twice. You know, and that's a huge achievement. And when you think back on it, each time we done 3 in a row league titles under Ferguson, we won a European Cup in them 3 seasons as well. We done 3 in a row in 1990, 2000, 2001, and we done it 2008, 9 and 10 as well. So unreal. We haven't seen Donny play this season, says Callum. Yeah, we've seen him a little bit, and he wasn't great, but I think he'll go. Rajat is in and says, hello, good to see you, pal. Thanks for joining. I'm good, I hope you're doing well. Chris says, as much as I want him, but De Jong came out and said he's at the club of his dreams in Barcelona. I think we need to put it to bed. Yeah, look, I don't think we will make the same mistakes this summer as we did last summer in relation to, you know, spending the whole summer on 1 or 2 players. I think we'll put deadlines in place, and we'll say, okay, if we want this player, if you don't do business with us before this date, bye. You know, so yeah. But we're nearly ready to go, guys. Players out on the pitch, ready to rock and roll. Let's hope United can have an improved second half here, because that first half was quite poor. It really was. How about we go for one of Caicedo or Bellingham if we get Qatar in, says Rajid. Yeah, I'd agree. Look, we've talked about Bellingham already, and I do like Caicedo as well, I have to say. I did read reports, was it today or yesterday, that Arsenal are going back in for him again, because obviously they tried to get him. I think they tried to get him in the summer and again in January. So yeah. But yeah, great to see so many people in, guys. If you're new to the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button. Stick around. We're giving away 5 free memberships after the game. So if you're in the chat, if you're watching the live, when I give them away, you'll be automatically gifted if you're one of the 5. So make sure you stick around. But there's no changes at half time, guys. Same as. Eric Ten Hag is letting some youngsters play. I agree with him, but we need to see Zidane Iqbal. He has potential, says Callum. He certainly does. Certainly does. But look, the one thing I would say about that is he sees a lot more of Zidane Iqbal than we do. Day in, day out at training, you know. And Ten Hag has obviously come to the conclusion that he's not ready yet, you know. So, yeah, as good a quality of a player he is, you don't want to rush him either. So, trust the manager. Trust the manager. Good tackle there by Maguire. Good tackle. And I've been impressed with our backline today. We've been quite physical and we haven't been pushed around because obviously Mitrovic is known at being a handful and Maguire has thrown a couple of tackles in on him. Martinez has put a few in on him and Luke Shaw is not getting pushed around either. And we know how good Wan-Bissaka is in defence as well. So but Fulham coming down the right hand side now. Martinez goes out to close down. Ball played into Mitrovic. Scott McTominay is holding on to him. He gets spun quite easily. Stays there and does really well. And Maguire is there to back him up. Oh, the ball is deflected in. And here's Willian now. He's in one-on-one. Oh, a little over the corner. Oh, and David De Gea with a brilliant save to tip it over the bar. Oh, and United got really unlucky here with that. So Maguire does really well to clear the lines. And it's a really good tackle by the Fulham midfielder. And it just lands to Willian. He does a little overlap by the fullback. He lays it off to him. Gets a strike away early. Goes near post and David De Gea just tips it over. But it's going to be a corner here to Fulham. Again, Fulham have started well. For 80 million they want for Caicedo. We can get someone better, says Chris. Good point as well. The fire hydrant cracks me up. Oshin says, really impressed with Maguire putting in a good shift before the internationals. Yeah, it's typical of him, isn't it? But no, Maguire has played well today, I have to say it. Corner now to Fulham. Again, Pereira, outswinger here. Good ball in and the header up, but it goes all the way out the back. Willian gets on it, cuts in on his right and takes a strike. Oh, David De Gea needed a save. And we know Willian is dangerous. We've seen him down through the years do it at Fulham and Arsenal. And he cuts in on that right foot. And De Gea has to save it. That's going in by that angle. Let's look at it again. That's creeping in. Brilliant save by De Gea. United living dangerously here in the opening few minutes. You haven't been able to get out yet. And they go short with the corner this time. Willian on the ball now. Gets to the end line cross. McTominay fucking gives away a corner. I mean, that's so bad. I mean, the ball is crossed in and he goes with his right foot rather than his left. And just puts it in behind for a corner rather than up the fucking field with your left foot. It's really poor out with McTominay. Where would we be without David De Gea, says Oshin. I don't know, man. Corner now swung in again. Oh, it's bobbling around, comes to the back post, and it's Mitrovic, it's 1-0. Fucking, I keep telling you, if you keep giving them chances, they're going to score. Corner after corner after corner. United have been pinned back for the opening, 5 minutes here of the second half. Haven't been able to get out. Scott McTominay with a dirt clearance. You go with your left foot when the ball is coming in to clear it rather than your right foot and puts it out for a corner. And the ball is crossed in, it's headed down or it's bobbled around and Mitrovic is just lingering at the back post. Sabitzer is thrown to the ground. He's not marking him though. And in comes Sabitzer and it's 1-0. United are 1-0 down. Typical centre forward goal. Shaw gets caught the wrong side. And Rashford is down. Rashford is in trouble here. Check is complete. 1-0. It's not the start we wanted. Oh, we have all the work to do here. We really do. Fuck's sake. And Rashford is moving gingerly back to the halfway line. Riki says deserved it, if I'm honest. Yeah, they probably did deserve it, you'd have to say. And United have all the work to do here. They really have it up. They're up against it. And we haven't played well up to this point in the game. So they need a big, big upswing in performance here. And they need it fast. It's a push in the back, surely. United have a free out here. Chris says, can't William have that room? No. Just as I bloody said it. Fuck's sake, says Oshin. What channel are you watching it on? Mine is Miles Behind. I'm watching it on ITV. We don't have our head in the game, says Chinmaya. I agree. I absolutely agree. Why is Maguire too glued to Mitrovic on corners? Well, Luke Shaw was on him at that stage. And he let him run off. Martinez goes long now. Through the middle. Gets it down to Rashford in the box. Pulls it edge. Bruno! Oh, he pulls it. You can see what he was trying to do. He opened up his right foot just to place it in the far corner. And it's a very difficult one to control, you'd have to say. He has to go with it first time, I'd say, because he's getting closed down really quick. Yeah, he does. And he just pulls it wide of the far post. But it's a good response by United. And we need more of that now. Get in and win it. Fulham are getting the hop of every ball as well. Oh, they give it away there. McTominay steps in now, gets it to Weghorst, who gets it wide to Sancho. United have numbers running off him. Plays it in. Here's McTominay now, gets to the end line, has to turn back. Gets it back to Sancho. Sancho. And Fulham are away up the left-hand side here. They've got 2-on-2. We've got runners off. United are getting numbers behind, but someone has to close him down on the edge of the box. Get to the Mitrovic on the right. Martinez goes out. Polina with a chip ball to Pereira at the back. He keeps it. Chips one into the back post. Too high, and it goes for a goal kick. Noah says no hate to the hair, but we need a keeper. It's the least of our troubles at the moment. I think we need other. I think we need to improve other areas before that. We need Kane, says Chimaya. Patrick says we need a striker. Oshin says, how do we change it? Very few options on that bench. Anthony for Sancho. Sancho has been very, very poor again. Yeah, Anthony for Sancho. I would probably bring on Fred for McTominay to give us a bit of energy in the middle of the field. Alright, Fred doesn't have the greatest end product in the world, but he'll do a box-to-box job on you, and he can link up and... But it's the controlling aspect of the game that I'm worried about. You know, and we see it when Casemiro's not in the team. We don't control games as well as we do when he's there. You know what I mean? So I think it's quite evident to see that, you know, we do need further improvement in that midfield, because Casemiro can't play 70 games a season if you get to, you know, the final stages of every competition. You just can't. But what are we? We're 56 minutes, just over 56 minutes gone, and I think Anthony is going to come on here, and we usually see Ten Hag make his changes around the 60th minute anyway. But Fulham have got bags of confidence here, just playing nice football. And for Bruno does, what's that free for, ref? How is that a free when he wins the ball? Jack says we need to make it 1-1. Sandy says, whoops, I did call it Mitrovic to score first. Noah says Aaron Wan-Bissaka or Diogo Dalot. Depends on the game you're playing, the opposition. Probably Wan-Bissaka in terms of form at the moment. Chris says they are double teaming Rashford, not letting a ball get into him. And Oshin says his ref is very poor. Yeah, he is. I mean, when's the last time you saw a good one? You know what I mean? Pereira now standing over the free kick. And it's a good position for Fulham to get a ball into the box here. And when you have the likes of Mitrovic there to try and get your head on the end of it. Pereira now, great ball to the back post, but it's too deep. It's a goal kick to United. Keep smashing the like button for us, guys. We're closing in on 20,000 likes. Keep tapping the screen. I think, McTominay is coming off here. But again, look, we're talking about the ref here, and it's no excuse. We haven't been playing well. You know what I mean? It's been, we're not making excuses here. The ref has been poor, but we haven't been playing well either. Right, Weghorst has dropped into the middle. Rashford has gone up top, and Anthony has gone on the wing. I'll try and get this screen updated for you on YouTube. Rashford is up top. Anthony on the wing. And Fernandes. I'd say Fernandes is probably going to drop back into the 8 maybe. But anyway, let's go with that. Here's Wan-Bissaka now down the right hand side. Really direct by United here. He goes back to Anthony. Lovely little kind of shimmy inside. Tries to cross, but it's blocked. And it's a deflection. It's a Fulham throw. Let's see. Chimaya says McTominay is not good enough to play for United. Yeah, I agree. Oshin says last great ref. Pierluigi Kalina. Only ref to be on a computer game cover. Yeah, there you go. Aaron says left foot curler coming. And Noah says they should sign Frankie de Jong instead of Ericsson for long term. We tried, Noah. We tried, my friend. We couldn't get him. You can only sign a player if they want to sign for you. Here's Sancho now on the left hand side. That's a corner to United, surely. Yeah, United win a corner here. Bruno, it was a poor pass out with Bruno. He got lucky, it took a deflection. But United have upped their game a little bit here in the last maybe 5 minutes or so. Bruno now swings it in near post. Is cleared and another corner to United. Bruno now again. Swings it in, goes to the back post this time, too close to the goalkeeper. Easy save by the goalkeeper, you'd have to say. Keep smashing the like button for us, guys. Nearly at 20,000 likes. Like I said, anyone on TikTok as well. If you want the full experience, we're live over on YouTube. We've got the scoreboard, the timer, the starting 11, all on the screen. Link is on the homepage, or just search United Community Channel. Like I said, anybody watching on YouTube, at the end of the game, I'm giving away 5 free memberships to the channel. So if you're live over on YouTube with us, then you'll be in the draw to win one of them 5 memberships. So stick with us till the end of the game. Really appreciate it. Anthony has put in a couple of tackles since he's come on as well, and he looks riled up for it. He's after flying into 1 or 2 tackles. But again, look, I mean, Fulham playing the ball left to right, back and forth, keeping possession. And they're, United are chasing shadows for big parts of this game we've been. And we're not controlling games as much as we should, And of course we know when you're missing a Casemiro who dictates the centre of the park. No one has really stepped up when he hasn't been there. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Come on, ref! Come on, what are you looking at? Referee by giving nothing. Wan-Bissaka taken down after the ball is gone. Here's Fulham now coming through the middle. Willian now gets it out to the right. Cross into the box. Header by Mitrovic. Too close to De Gea. And he does it quick. And United are away with Anthony on the right. Needs a bit of support. Has to go back. He has 2 players on him. Bruno now with a bit of space in the middle. He's playing a lot deeper since United made the change there. He's in the Scott McTominay role a little bit deeper, trying to create from deep. Here's Shaw down the left now. Sancho making an overlap and run. He's going to get to it, is he? You're just too easy, Sancho. Too easy, man. Too fucking easy. There's only so much you can give to players. He's had a break. He hasn't. His mindset hasn't been right. But there's effort and there's effort. You know what I mean? It's just so easy there for defenders to mark him, to push him off a ball. It's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. And then the ref gives a free then at the other end. Oh my God. My God. Still willing to give Sancho another year, says Ushim. Well, if he keeps moping around the way he's moping around for the rest of the season, he can do one. You'll give lads as much rope as you can, but they have to give a little bit back. You know what I mean? They really do. Well, let's do a poll. Let's do a poll on YouTube. Cross now comes in. Header! Oh, what a save by De Gea. And Fulham are on the ball again here. Pull it back to the edge. Willian now gets to the end line. Clips one in. Oh, header again, Mitrovic. Oh, he pulls it wide of the far post. Mitrovic is causing murder with these balls coming in. And David De Gea shows his worth again when it comes to shot stopping. Luke Shaw is marking Mitrovic and he's having a mare of a time. Change it. You know what I mean? In-game play. defenders around you. No, I'll take him this time. And he loses another header. And only for David De Gea pulling it out of the top corner, it would have been 2-0. Right, so the poll is up. Should United sell Sancho? Poll is live on YouTube, guys. Let us know. Get your votes in. Oh, well done. Now, ref! Come on now! Come on, where's your yellow card now? Anthony has been lively since he came on. I've been impressed with him. He's getting the crowd going. He's done well since he's come on, in fairness to him. Yeah, a lot of people in TikTok saying sell Sancho as well. Poll is on YouTube, guys. Link is on the homepage. We're live over there as well. Or just search United Community Channel and get in over there and check it out. The poll is live. Free kick coming in now. Bruno goes edge of the box to Sancho. Strike! Deflected! A goal kick. A goal kick. Let's have a look. Oh my God, this referee, boy. That is the biggest stone wall. It hits your man's arse, doesn't it? My God. My God. I'd get Jadon Sancho off now if I'm being honest. I'd bring on Pellistri. That's what I'd be doing next. I'll be getting Pellistri on. It hit Rashford, people are saying. Right, okay. Sorry, by the looks of it there, what I saw. Oh, Sabitzer with a lovely ball to Rashford. Oh, keeper is off his line really quick. Good play by United. Good play. 16 votes on the poll, guys. We'll leave it up for another maybe 5 or 10 minutes. If you haven't voted on it already, make sure you get the vote in on YouTube. Should United sell Sancho in the summer? Here's Fulham coming down the left now, blocking to win a corner. I think you could take Sancho off and not replace him, and we wouldn't notice, says Oshin. Yeah, he's been very poor today, hasn't he? I have to say, he's been really poor. It just looks like the kid just has a complete lack of confidence. Every time he's on the ball, he's slowing it down. He's coming back. He's going sideways rather than just going at fullbacks, taking them on, trying to get a shot away. Cross in now. Maguire with a good header away at the near post. Cross back in again. Weghorst with a good header away. Fulham keep peppering it back in. Maguire away again. Bruno eventually gets the ball ahead. Anthony is away up the right hand side. Sancho's breaking through the middle. We have space. Square to him. Sancho in 1-on-1. First touch. Round the keeper. Oh, sits him down. Oh, Sancho. No. It's blocked off the line. Oh my God. And there's calls for a handball and a penalty here. That would have been a worldly of a goal. An absolute worldly of a goal. Anthony down the right hand side, gets it into Jadon, takes it around the goalkeeper, defender goes, commits, sits him down, takes a shot. Oh, it's a handball! It's a stonewall handball! Oh, that's a handball. This is a penalty. It has to be a penalty. It has to be a penalty. And Willian knows it. He fucking knows it. Oh, it's a definite penalty. This is a definite penalty. Definite penalty. What a lovely bit. And we've been giving out about Sancho and how poor he's been today. But, like, the composure to take it around the goalkeeper and then sit the defender down that was going to be blocking him. Yeah, He's going to the monitor. This is going to be a penalty. I don't understand this bullshit. Why can't the referee and VAR just say to him, no, it's a penalty. Give the penalty. You know what I mean? Brilliant play by Anthony, Jared said it was. Anthony's been brilliant since he came on, I have to say. It's a red card for Willian. Oh, sorry, no, sorry, it's not. For someone on the Fulham bench. I apologise. Sorry, I just seen a red card coming out and I was like, fuck. Now, there is calls here for Willian to get a red card as well. It's a definite penalty. I mean, how many times you need to see it? Referee is seeing Everton back onto the pitch. What's he going to give? It's a penalty. It's a penalty. And it's a red card for Willian. Willian gets a red card. Fulham down to 10 men and Mitrovic is in the referee's face here. And he should be getting a yellow card for that as well. That's disgraceful out of Mitrovic. That's absolutely disgraceful out of Mitrovic. Oh, Fulham are meltdown here. Oh, Fulham are in complete meltdown. I think Mitrovic is after getting sent off here as well, is he? Oh, Fulham are in complete meltdown here. United players, just let them off. What are you trying to stop them for? Let them off. They're in complete meltdown here. This is unbelievable. Mitrovic is gone and Willian is gone. Am I right in saying that? And I think someone from the Fulham bench is gone as well. He must have said something to the referee. Gives him a red card and Mitrovic said something to the referee up in his face. And oh my God! He shoulders the ref, or he gives the ref a little elbow. Oh my God, he gets a straight red for it. They're complete meltdown. Now look, we still have to go and score this penalty. You know what I mean? But in the blink of an eye, Fulham are after going into complete meltdown here. This is absolute madness. Jesus, let me take a drop of water before this penalty. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Fulham are down to 9 men. And what have we got? With added time, you're looking at another 20 minutes, you would say. And I think Marco Silva is after getting sent off, the manager as well. Just crazy scenes. 3 red cards in the space of 60 seconds. I don't think we've ever seen that. Ever. And Bruno Fernandes has the ball in his hand, so it looks like it's going to be Bruno. Now, we still have to score this. We still have to score this penalty, but my God, Fulham are after completely melting here. Their manager and 2 players sent off in 60 seconds. So there's 4 minutes gone since the penalty was awarded. And there was a minute, so we're probably 5 or 6 minutes. Whistle goes now. Bruno steps up. Oh, yes! It's 1-1. Come on, get in there. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Keeps his nerve. You know, and when you're waiting to take a penalty for 5 or 6 minutes, it kind of adds to the pressure. But Bruno keeps it cool, sends the keeper the wrong way. It's 1-1. Come on now. Huge opportunity here. And Old Trafford is on its feet here. Great place to be. I'd say Ben is enjoying himself. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Come on now. Let's go on and get the winner here. Great to see so many people in as well, guys. If you're new to the channel, please hit the follow button. We do all the United watch-alongs throughout the season. daily content on United as well. Make sure you're hitting the follow button. Great to see so many people in on YouTube as well. Like I said, if you're new to YouTube, stick around. We're giving away 5 free memberships at the end of the game. And if you want the full experience, anybody on TikTok, get over to YouTube. We've got the scoreboard, the timer, the starting 11, all on the screen. Link is on the homepage, or just search United Community Channel on YouTube. Hit subscribe and get in the chat. Here we go. Anthony down the right hand side now again. He's been very good since he came on. Goes inside to Bruno, and all of a sudden United have space. Here's Sancho on the left now. Luke Shaw on the overlap. Sancho, lovely little ball. Luke Shaw gets to the end line, drills it. Yes! Sabitzer! Woohoo! What a turnaround! And Sabitzer gets his first goal for the club. And Fulham have melted. They've absolutely dissipated here. And within the space of 60 seconds of the restart, United have the lead. And you can see instantly there's space everywhere. We get the ball out to the left-hand side. Comes to Jadon Sancho. And Luke Shaw goes on the overlap. And you're thinking, play it down the line to him. But he doesn't. He plays a lovely little ball in between the full-back and the centre-back. Luke Shaw gets on it and he drills one really fast across the box. And Sabitzer is just coming in at the near post. He's onside. Oh, he flicks one with the outside of his right foot. It's 2-1. The collar goes up. What a turnaround. Brilliant. What a second half we've had here. What a second half. Well, VAR are looking at it for offside here. Well, the first ball to Luke Shaw isn't. Right, they're thinking Sabitzer might be offside here. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. I mean, they're saying he might be off. But from the angle that it looks like with Luke Shaw here, he looks to be on. That looks to be on. He's onside. And it's a goal. Of course it's a goal. 2-1. Get in there. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. What a finish out of Sabitzer as well. The finish of a seasoned attacking striker, or a striker. Unreal. Great stuff. Let's have a look at the poll here. 37 votes on the poll. Should United sell Sancho? 41% is yes, and 59% say no. So there we go. Interesting. Interesting. Great stuff. Great stuff. Jesus, Ben is after getting some game to go to. Let's see what people are saying here. Chris says no gloves and he gets a goal. Yeah, that's true. Niall says, what the fuck was Mitrovic thinking? Oh man, he could get a big ban for that, I'd say. Like he gives the ref a good elbow. Now look, I mean, if you got it down to town on a Saturday night, you'd be going, go away, will ya? But doing it on a football pitch and then doing it to a referee is just, oh my God, I don't know. What were the Reds for, says Tyke? So Willian had a handball on the end line, or on the goal line, to stop a goal, so he got sent off. And then when he got the red card, Mitrovic went over and elbowed the referee in the side and got up in his face like that, so he got sent straight off. And then the Fulham manager gets sent off then as well. So here's Sancho now coming down the left. Little ball into Weghorst. Oh, and it goes into the keeper's hands. This is why Mitrovic is not at a bigger club, says Chris. Maybe so. Dale says you should do them polls more often, Jack. Yeah, I'll do them. No problem. You let me know what you want to do them about. I'll do them. No problem. I have a little Q&A coming up here. I've never done a Q&A, so I'll put that up now. Who's your man of the match? So, yeah. I think that's how it works. I don't know how... But there's a Q&A gone up, so let's see what happens. Oh no, it's a question. Sorry, let me end that. Apologies. That's crap. Let's see. Thanks everyone who's given gifts as well, guys, on YouTube or on TikTok. I really appreciate it. Great to see so many people in. Make sure you're all hitting the follow button as well. We do daily Manchester United content, all of the watch along throughout the season. Closing in on 30,000 followers on TikTok as well, which is brilliant. But yeah, look, I don't think there's any doubts with the 2 red cards that Fulham have got. You know, Willian handball on the end line to deny United a goal. That's a straight red. It's in the rule book, it's a straight red. And then Mitrovic just lost the plot. Absolutely lost the plot. So he did. Bruno now, little ball in, too long, goes for a goal kick. Niall says, in all fairness, we've been let off the hook. Bad performance. Yeah. Jared says, unpopular, my man of the match is Anthony, even though he hasn't played full game. But Martin is up there also, yeah. Gotten out of jail here. Fulham went into complete meltdown. They did. But yeah, we're going to be doing a match reaction, guys, directly after this game as well. So anybody watching on YouTube, just stay where you are. Once I end the stream, you'll automatically go into the new the lobby of the new video. Anyone on TikTok, if you want to get involved in our match reaction, we're going to do player ratings, man of the match and all that stuff as well. Make sure you're jumping over to the YouTube channel. We're live over there now as well. But we'll be doing a match reaction video there as well. And I'll actually, do you know what I'll do? I'll give away the 5 free memberships on the match reaction. So if anyone wants to get involved in the match reaction, you have a chance of winning a free membership to the channel. So stick around for that as well. Kieran says, sign of a turnaround though. The last few years when United played bad, they lost badly. Now we play bad but still get result. That's a great point, Kieran. Really is. Like this, the Man United of last season and the season before, going 1-0 down to Fulham like that would have just crumbled. Would have completely crumbled, you have to say. So I do agree with you. I have to say it's a kind of a mentality shift that Ten Hag has brought as well as improving players' quality and ability. You know, we've won games different ways this season. You know, we've dominated games. We've come from behind. We've played bad and nicked a goal and all of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's great to see. It really is. It should have been 1-1 with Sancho scoring that. We would have taken the game over. Yeah, I have some interesting things I'm going to say in the match reaction now because and look, the game is not over yet, but be expecting United to win this game and happy days. Oh, flicked on now. Here's Anthony into the box on the right hand side. Gets it back to Sabitzer. Strike! Oh, it's a good save. Too close to the goalkeeper. Sabitzer has done well in the second half. His energy levels are really good. He's just, I don't know. It's hard to see what kind of a midfielder he is. So they're just saying that Fulham are going to make 4 changes now in a row, or 4 changes together. They're taking off half of their outfield players. That is mental. So it is. That's absolutely mental. But look, nothing silly now by United. Obviously only a 1-goal lead here. And you look, Fulham are down to 9 men, you would say. Just keep possession. Nothing silly. See out this game. There's probably going to be 5 minutes of added time. So we'll probably have about 10 minutes to go. you know. Oh, Anthony's been good since he come on, I have to say. He's been good. I've been impressed with him. His work rate, all of that. Come on, you Red, says Twigs. Yeah, good to see you, pal. Alex says, when are you giving out the free memberships, Jack? I'm going to do it on the match reaction video, Alex, that's coming directly after this one. So if you're watching along on YouTube, just stay where you are. Once I end this video, you'll automatically go over to the new one, and I'm going to give away the 5 free memberships at the start of that video. So if you want to have a chance to become an official member, stick around. If anybody watching on TikTok is interested in that as well, make sure you're getting over to the YouTube channel, doing a match reaction after this, player ratings, man of the match, all of that good stuff. And we're giving away 5 free memberships to the YouTube channel as well. Link is on the homepage, or just search United Community Channel. We're live over there as well. Go get involved. Here's Anthony, he's in. Oh, deserves a goal. Oh, around the goalkeeper. And he just couldn't dig out his shot. And Fulham steer it away. And we still have him in the corner down there, but brilliant play by Anthony. Just tiptoes past the defender and then takes it around the keeper. Really unlucky. Really unlucky. But United dictating control of the game here, you'd have to say. Here's Anthony now, gets one back, and a strike! Oh, really good strike and a good save. And Anthony's been brilliant since he came on, I have to say. Yeah, I mean, like, it's interesting here because here's Fulham making their change now. They're making 4 changes, taking off half of their outfield players. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy what Fulham are after doing. It really is. Let's see what people are saying here. Free memberships coming up on the match review after this, guys. I have my fingers crossed, as Alex. Yeah, well, look, I think, correct me if I'm wrong now, anybody, but I think once anybody can gift memberships in the chat, you know what I mean? But I think it's only people that are watching live that get them. I hope that's the case, because I hope someone that doesn't watch gets it. But I presume it's people who are just watching at the time that they're giving away. I would presume, so we'll give 5 free memberships away anyway. But great to see so many people in as well, guys. Nearly 600 people watching on TikTok. Brilliant. If you're new to the channel, please do hit the follow button. We do daily Manchester United content, all of the watch-alongs throughout the season. We're starting as well, for anybody watching on YouTube, we're starting a morning news show Monday to Friday on YouTube only. We do that. We're going to be doing that starting from tomorrow, every weekday. So make sure you're getting involved in that. Anybody who's around at 10 o'clock every morning, get involved in the chat. We'll be talking all things United, news, transfers, all that kind of stuff. That's starting tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. So if you haven't already done so, if you're on TikTok, head over to the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on all of that stuff as well. No podcast tomorrow night as well, by the way, on YouTube. Ricey's not around, so I'm going to give the podcast a miss. We might maybe leave it until after the international break before we go again. Here's Anthony now down the right-hand side again. Cuts in on his left. Lays it off to Bruno. Bruno plays the nice ball into Fred, lays it off to Wan-Bissaka, and the strike is blocked and goes for a corner. United playing really well. Obviously two men up. Oisin says, I'll obviously be listening to your review, but can't wait to hear Keane's thoughts. Yeah, I'm going to keep the headphones in as well. Fitz says, we really need Anthony's energy today. Very positive signing. Yeah, I thought he'd been brilliant today. I really do. Bruno now near post. Oh, Sabitzer gets a flick and it's blocked and goes for a corner. Chris, thanks for the 4 months. Really appreciate it, pal. Show me the money. Bruno now, ball to the back post to Sancho. Takes it down. Little chip into the box. Who's in there? Oh, great header away. Weghorst with an overhead kick. And it's eventually cleared. Marley is in. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Sabitzer, like an extra from a Musketeers movie. He is. He's like Robin Hood. Robs from the rich and gives to the poor. Marley came from TikTok. Appreciate it, Marley, for coming over from TikTok. Much appreciated. If you stick around with us for the match reaction after this video, you'll be in with a chance of winning one of 5 official memberships. United, there's 7 minutes, I meant to say, guys, sorry, of added time. Now we're 2.5 minutes into that, so less than 5 minutes to go here. United just keeping a bit of possession. Nothing silly. Ball goes all the way back to Leno in the goal. But yeah. Four months on the way to 4 ever best channel around, says Chris. Appreciate it, pal. Oh, what a tackle by Martinez. That's the way to do it. What? You get a yellow card for it. Oh, man. What? 3 minutes to go in the game and he's still flying in with tackles. He gives Dan James a bit of a go in there. And, no, it's not a yellow card. No, it's a good tackle. It's a throw-in. Chris says, I don't see how you gift membership. So if there's a $sign underneath the chat, Chris. If you click on that, then memberships come up. Membership gifting comes up. So that's how it's done. Kieran says, thanks for the commentary as always. Really appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Right back at ya. Niall says, YouTube is where it's at. YouTube is where it's at. YouTube is where it's at. What's your opinion on Man United? I know the lad you're on about. I don't really know him, to be honest with you. I don't really know, to be quite honest. Polina, man of the match, can't argue with that, says Niall. Yeah, he played well, in fairness to him. Yeah, he certainly did. We'll do United man of the match though, guys, on the match reaction after this. So make sure you're sticking around. Anybody on TikTok, if you want to get involved in the match reaction, we're live on YouTube as well at the moment. United Community Channel, link is on the homepage. We'll do match reaction, player ratings, man of the match, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're getting involved over there as well. Here's Fred now. United just dictating, controlling the game, back and forth. What a difference 2 extra men makes. Here's Fred now. Bit of space in the middle. Sabitzer making a run off. Oh, he goes wide. Here's Bruno. Should score. Strike! 3-1. Game over. We're going to Wembley. Bruno gets the goal. Delighted for him. He's worked so hard. He's given the ball away a bit tonight. It's probably not his best game. But the one thing you'd say about him is he always gives his best. He really, really does. And look, United are 2 players up. We're now 2 goals up. Fred gets on the ball. Bruno's making a lovely run. And Fulham are just too stretched. Takes the first touch, gets into the box and buries it. 3-1 to United. We're going back to Wembley. We're going to Wembley. We're going to Wembley. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. I wonder would Eric Ten Hag have been able to make a better player out of Dan James, says Niall. I'm sure he would have, Niall. But would he make him as good enough a player to play under him, if that makes sense? You know what I mean? Wembley! Wembley! And there it is. Full-time whistle. Manchester United win 3-1. United are going back to Wembley. Happy days. We're still in all competitions. We haven't been knocked out of a competition yet. So happy days. 3-1 to United, full-time score. We're going to jump over to the match reaction, guys. Anybody watching on TikTok, the stream ends here. If you want to get over to the match reaction, we're doing player ratings, man of the match, general match reaction. We're doing that over on YouTube. Link is on the homepage, or just search United Community Channel. We're giving away 5 free memberships as well. Anybody that's watching on YouTube, stick around. I'm just going to end the stream. You'll automatically go into the lobby of the next video, and I'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes. Alright, 3-1 to United. Happy days.